options button to start. Press 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 options button to start.
Action, knowledge, come with me. We must witness this together.
Forsyth? You're afraid. We all are.
No. I am just sad that it has come to this. Shall we begin? Hello, friend.
We didn't mean to startle you.
Your bravery and creativity inspired us to seek your aid. You see, our world is under attack.
It's being devoured.
And it is a danger only you can prevent. Time is of the essence. Will you help us? Thank you. Now step forward, brave hero, and join us.
Hang on to your stomach. This will just take a second.
Welcome. I'm afraid we have much to ask of you.
Main menu screen campaign button 1 of 6 become a legend. Verse campaign. Select game screen icon. Campaign screen start button square button. Accessibility settings touch. Arts sister come join the game. Loading. 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 Resourcing hotbar selected. Use down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change. Gather with selected melody 1 of 2. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather wood. Gather wood up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Gather stone. Arts sister come says yes. Gather stone. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change all mobs selected. Melody 1 of 6. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Ramp up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Ramp up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Gather wood up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Gather wood selected. Melody 1 of 2. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Gather wood up directional button. Send yes to team down directional button. Send no to team left directional button. Think I will build right directional button. Think ask to build. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change all mobs selected. Melody 1 of 6. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Village hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change selected. Melody 1 of 0. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather wood. Resourcing hotbar selected. Use down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change. Gather wood selected. Melody 1 of 2. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone. Village hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change. Selected. Melody 1 of 0. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Summons hotbar selected. Use up directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change. Plank golem spawner selected. Melody 1 of 2. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem spawner selected. Melody 2 of 2. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change all mobs selected. Melody 1 of 6. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Summons hotbar selected. Use up directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change. Blank golem spawner selected. Melody 1 of 2. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change all mobs selected. Melody 1 of 6. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Summons hotbar selected. Use up directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change. Plank golem spawner selected. Melody 1 of 2. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Village hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change. Selected. Melody 1 of 0. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone.
I hate to admire their engineering, but those blaze rod towers are pretty dangerous, and their range is impressive. The allays will help you get up there with a ramp. All you have to do is play the right melody.
Structure hotbar selected, use up directional button, down directional button, right directional button to change ramp, selected melody 1 of 5, use L1 R1 to navigate. Arrow tower. Arrow tower. Arrow Arx's sister Tom says, I will build arrow tower, requires 35 wood and 35 stone. Gate up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right. Arx's sister Tom says, I will build a gate, requires 50 wood and 50 stone. Extendable off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Extendable off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Arrow tower. Arrow tower off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Extendable off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Arrow tower selected, melody 4 of 5, use L1 R1 to navigate. Carpenter hot off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Carpenter hot. Arrow tower selected, melody 4 of 5, use L1 R1 to navigate. Extendable off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Extendable off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Arrow tower selected, melody 4 of 5, use L1 R1 to navigate. Gate selected, melody 3 of 5, use L1 R1 to navigate. Gate up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Extendable off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Arrow tower selected, melody 4 of 5, use L1 R1 to navigate. Arrow tower off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Arrow tower off directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Carpenter hot and affordable selected, melody 5 of 5, use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather wood. Gather wood. Gather wood up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone. Village hotbar selected, use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change selected, melody 1 of 0, use L1 R1 to navigate. Flank golem spawner up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will go resurrection robot and think ask the build. Blank golem spawner. Cobblestone golem spawner selected LED2 up to use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem spawner. Cobblestone golem spawner out directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will go left directional button think ask to build. Melee mob selected melody 2 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. All mob selected melody 1 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Selected melody 2 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Summon pop are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change cobblestone golem spawner selected melody 2 up to use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category
Amazing.
name pop are selected
Using
use up
banner
directional
view,
button
along
down
with focus and
directional button
charge,
left
will give you
directional
a
button
huge
right
advantage in the
directional
fight
button
against the
change
piglins.
melee mob selected melody 2 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem selected melody 3 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. All mob selected melody 1 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Summon pop are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change cobblestone golem spawner selected melody 2 up to use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name pop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name pop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Summon pop are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change cobblestone golem spawner selected melody 2 up to use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name pop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Summon pop are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change cobblestone golem spawner selected melody 2 up to use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name pop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name pop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Summon pop are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change cobblestone golem spawner selected melody 2 up to use L1 R1 to navigate. Summon pop are selected use up directional button left directional button right
Apply the right
directional
pressure,
button to change
and even the
cobblestone
tallest
golem
tower will
spawner
fall.
selected melody 2 up to use L1 R1 to navigate. Village pop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button to change selected melody 1 up 0 use L1 R1 to
A curious
navigate.
creeper is back, and they brought a friend.
What do you think they'll do?
We will find out soon enough.
After defeating those outposts, you've collected quite a bit of prismarine. Bring it to me at the Well of Fate, and I'll show you how to build something that will be very useful.
You are attuned to the waters of the well. You can travel here quickly anytime you wish.
map. Triangle button place marker default.
When fountains are active, their waters flow together.
Knowledge? What are you doing out there?
I'm working on a little something extra to help the hero. What do you think?
They are perfect.
They won't be as friendly with the piglins, I assure you that. Okay, go on now. Join your new friends. You two, little one, go on. The mossy and grindstone golems are excited to join you, but you'll need a special resource to build them. I've written the melody for you. You'll just need to build the right improvements.
Very nice. This is where all the wonderful melodies you learn will be kept.
Now go ahead and turn the pages. There you go. Now choose the structure that improves your lute to play the iron melody, and the allays will build it for you. Great. Now go ahead and build your iron improvement.
Improvement. Gather iron selected melody 1R1 use L1R1 to navigate. Improvement. Gather iron up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Improvement.
With
Gather
every new
iron up
melody,
directional
your
button send
relationship
yes
with
to
the
team down
allays
directional
grows.
button send no
This
to
tune
team
will help
left
them mine
directional
iron for
button
your
think
building
I will
needs.
build right directional
And there you
button
have it.
think ask
Now
to
you'll be
build.
able to collect iron in the world
Gather
and spawn
iron.
these new friends whenever you need them. And I'm afraid you're gonna need them soon.
First they poisoned the ground. And now the sky?
Our hero must see us through the darkness.
You have to find the source of this magic. Find it and
Gather
stop it.
redstone and affordable selected melody 2 use L1R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit rec underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mobs selected melody 1 of 6 use L1R1 to navigate. Improvement. Gather diamond up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Well house up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Improvement. Gather diamond up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Grindstone golem spawner. Resourcing hub are selected. Use down directional button left directional button right directional button to change. Gather stone selected melody 2 up 3 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather iron up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Gather iron up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build.
The Allays can build you a well house to offer a safe place to regroup.
And for you to travel from right back into battle. I suggest building these close to where the action is. They'll save you a lot of time.
Gather iron. Gather stone selected melody 2 up 3 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Gather wood up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Our sister Tom says, can someone gather wood? Gather wood up directional button send yes to team down directional. Our sister Tom says, I will gather wood. Gather wood. Gather stone selected melody 2 up 3 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone. Structure hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button right directional button to change. Well house selected melody 6 up 7 use L1 R1 to navigate. Well house up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Well house up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Gather wood selected melody 1 out 3 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather wood up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Well house up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Well house. Carpenter hot selected melody 5 up 7 use L1 R1 to navigate. Carpenter hot up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Arrow tower, arrow tower, arrow tower up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Tower. Village hotbar selected, use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change improvement. Gather colon affordable selected melody for up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone. Gather iron selected melody free up free use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather iron up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather iron up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather iron. Structure hotbar selected, use up directional button, down directional button, right directional button to change arrow tower selected melody for up 7, use L1 R1 to navigate. Ramp up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Summons hotbar selected, use up directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change limestone golem spawner selected melody for up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Mossy golem spawner up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Blank golem spawner.
Grindstone golems are great at taking out ranged piglin units. They also like to stun piglins with their charge attacks. Mossy golems will heal you and your injured friends on the battlefield, but they won't attack or defend themselves, so keep them safe. These cobblestone golems are just what you need to crumble those piglin structures. The dark sky is fueling the piglins' aggression. What can we do?
Look!
What's happening? How did they learn to fight?
By watching our hero. This base is beyond anything we have seen, but we know you can triumph together.
I will go right directional button, think ask to build. Cobblestone golem spawner selected melody to up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem spawner. Cobblestone rolling corner up directional buttons and yes to be down directional buttons and look to be left directional buttons. I will go left directional buttons and the bill. Common top are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change blank going corner selected melody 1 out for use L1 R1 to navigate. All mobs selected melody 1 out to use L1 R1 to navigate. Melee mob selected melody 2 up and use L1 R1 to navigate.
The wall is breached. Keep it up.
Cobblestone golem selected melody 3 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Zombie selected melody 4 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem selected melody 3 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. All mob selected melody 1 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Common top are selected use up directional button left directional button left directional button to change blank golem hunter selected melody 1 up for use L1 R1 to navigate. People are using direct hunter for frontline underscore category name top are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mouse selected melody 1 up and use L1 R1 to navigate.
If the magic of this portal is not stopped, night will last forever.
Melee mob selected melody 2 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem selected melody 3 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Left directional button, left directional button to change blank golem hunter selected melody 1 up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Zombie selected melody 4 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. All mob selected melody 1 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Melee mob selected melody 2 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. People are using the correct underscore frontline underscore category name top are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change melee mob selected melody 2 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Top are selected
More
use up
skeletons,
directional
zombies,
button
and
left
creepers are coming to
directional
help.
button
You'll have reinforcements waiting for you just outside the base.
Melody 1 up or use L1 R1 to navigate. People are using the correct underscore frontline underscore category name hop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Common top are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change blank golem hunter selected melody 1 up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Common top are selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change blank golem hunter selected melody 1 up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Are using the correct underscore frontline underscore category name hop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. People are using the correct underscore frontline underscore category name hop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mob selected melody 1 up and use L1 R1 to navigate. Village hop are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button to change into data golem affordable. Menu screen friend screen. World map. World map. Triangle button place mark. Triangle. World map. Triangle button place marker default. Triangle button place marker default. People are unit rect underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change home up selected melody 1 of 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Village hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button to change improvement. Gather colon the portable selected melody 4 up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Are unit rect underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change home up selected melody 1 of 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Village hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button to change improvement. Gather items and portable selected melody 1 of 4 use L1 R1 to navigate. Resume button 1 of save ampersand leave. Loading. 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 Main menu screen campaign button. Select continue else. Look. Arts sister come join the game. Loading. 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 Reinforcing hotbar selected use down directional button left directional button right directional button to change gather selected melody 1 out 3 use L1 R1 to navigate. Reinforcing hotbar selected use down directional button left directional button right directional button to change gather with selected melody 1 out 3 use L1 R1 to navigate.
big piglin down. Good job.
Flank golem spawner. Two of our units _forefront line _ category name bar select use up directional button down directional button left directional button left directional button to change all arms selected LSD 1 out 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Two of our units _forefront line _ category name bar select use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all arms selected LSD 1 out 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Two of our units _front line category name bar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all arms selected LSD 1 out 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Bar selected use up directional button left directional button left directional button to change multi-golem spawner selected melody 3 up or use L1 R1 to navigate. Our unit _forefront line category name bar selected use up
One more push and the portal will fall.
That portal is almost down.
Keep fighting! Break their magic!
To change multi-golem spawner selected melody 3 up or use L1 R1 to navigate.
It's a new world out there.
In more ways than we know.
Village hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button to change improvement. Gather iron in a portable selected melody 1 out for use L1 R1 to navigate. Resourcing hotbar selected use down directional button left directional button right directional button to change gather stone selected melody 2 of 3 use L1 R1 to navigate. Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mobs selected melody 1 of 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Improvement. Gather iron in a portable selected melody 1 out for use L1 R1 to navigate. Improvement. Gather iron up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Improvement. Cure netherrack selected melody 5 of 5 use L1 R1 to navigate. Improvement. Gather iron up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Resourcing hotbar selected use down directional button left directional button right directional button to change gather stone selected melody 2 of 3 use L1 R1 to navigate. Summons hotbar selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change mossy golem spawner selected melody 3 of 4 use. World map. Menu screen sec. World map. World map. Triangle button place marker default. Arts sister com has pinked the horde of the bastion's mine. Triangle button place marker default. Resume. World map. World. Triangle. Resume button 1. World. Cobblestone golem spawner selected melody we build use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem spawner up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Improvement. Gather colon affordable selected melody 4 of 5 use L1 R1 to navigate. Cobblestone golem spawner up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Cobblestone golem spawner. Improvement. Cure netherrack and affordable selected melody 5 of 5 use L1 R1 to navigate. Improvement. Cure netherrack. Improvement. Cure netherrack up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Cobblestone golem spawner.
Remember, you'll need to swap units if you want to call new ones to fight.
Cobblestone golem spawner up directional button send yes to team down directional button send no to team left directional button think I will build right directional button think ask to build. Summons hotbar selected use up directional button left directional button right directional button to change grindstone golem spawner selected melody 4 of 4 use L1 R1 to navigate. Village hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change cobblestone golem spawner selected. Melody will use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather with up directional button, send yes to team, down directional button, send no to team, left directional button, think I will build, right directional button, think ask to build. Gather iron up directional button, send yes to team, down directional button, send no to team, left directional button, think I will build, right directional button, think ask to build. Gather iron up directional button, send yes to team, down directional button, send no to team, left directional button, think I will build, right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team, down directional button, send no to team, left directional button, think I will build, right directional button, think ask to build. Village hotbar selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change cobblestone golem spawner selected. Melody will build. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Improvement. Cure netherrack. Resourcing hotbar selected. Use down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change. Gather stone selected. Melody 2 of 3. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Grindstone golem spawner. Selected. Use up directional button, down directional button, left directional button to change ramp selected. Melody 1 of 7. Use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather wood. World map. Triangle button, place marker default. Triangle button. World map. Triangle button, place marker. Triangle button, place marker default.
The piglins will attack this village tonight, and they are not prepared.
Then our hero will build strong walls and towers. The piglins will have their work cut out for them if they come here.
World map.